This is Marcus from Mystic Prophecy, and you're watching CMS TV, Classic Metal Show. Hell yeah.
Speaking of people that suck, should we acknowledge YouTube giving us another channel strike?
Well, see, you're more in line with that. I mean, I only know about it because you told me about it, but maybe you can shed some light on that.
Well, we had finally gotten our YouTube strikes cleared on the main channel, the CMSPN channel, which is where all the history of the CMS is. And then on Monday, I get a message on my phone that says, "You have received a community strike for hate speech."
Hate speech. And
I was like, "Really? What did we do?" And I'm going through it in my head, and I'm like, "Man, what did we say last week? I was like, I don't even think we talked about any like political stuff or climate stuff or coof or any of that stuff." I was like, we didn't talk about any of this stuff.
Right.
So I pushed the little button to see what it is. And they send me a quick email or send me to a page that says, "This has hate speech in it."
Okay.
Neeley's NAMM report 2016.
So something from, what, 7 years ago?
7 years ago. Neeley's NAMM report from 2016.
Wow.
So I'm looking at it saying, well, what was the hate speech, right? That's what you would think you would do. You want to know so you don't make the same mistake again, right?
Sure.
Of course, they're like, we don't tell you what it is.
No, we're not going to tell you.
No, you can appeal it, but we're not going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
So I appealed it. And in less than 5 minutes, I get a fucking response. "We reviewed your content and it doesn't jive with our community, so you get to keep your hate strike."
Well, I guess I'm going to have to listen back and see what it is that I may or is what was said during that segment.
Well, I'd like to see how you could watch a 56-minute video in 5 minutes.
Right.
That's the part I'd like to know. Because it literally was 5 minutes later I got back that they had personally reviewed it and found it still to be too hot for YouTube.
Right.
So community strike, and we're not allowed to go live for a week. And we're not allowed to post on the YouTube for a week.
Wow. Well, Rumble, my friends. Odyssey, my friends.
Yeah, BitChute too. You can always
use the other platforms that won't bitch out and you're saying mean stuff.
Yeah. I appreciate everybody that comes onto YouTube and messages, which we get 2 or 3 a week, that say, "Glad you guys are back posting on YouTube."
Right.
And great, I'm glad you guys are watching, but you're not getting the show that we do.
Right, of course.
You're getting edited bullshit, and you're getting, sometimes I just don't post things. When I know YouTube's going to ban it, I just don't post it.
Right.
It's like, fuck them.
Yeah.
So,
well, speaking of YouTube, I see that Susan Wojcicki is no longer the head of the YouTubes.
Yeah, but the new guy's even more of a commie.
Well, I understand. That's kind of where I was going with that. But boy, she walked away with a pocket full of money. Her value is like $765 million.
Well, she did good work, Neeley.
Yes, she did.
she really did almost $1 billion worth of work. So
sure she did.
Why wouldn't she get paid that?
Right. Well, from what I understand, and again, I have not explored this as closely as I should, just to get the full breadth of this whole thing. But from what I understand, the new YouTube boss, whoever that is,
yeah,
I guess they're talking about if you have Chris Aiken Presents.
Mm-hmm.
So if you did something on Chris Aiken Presents, or vice versa, we did something here on this channel that didn't jibe with YouTube's terms of service.
Yeah.
they'll go after your affiliate shows that contain the same characters. like you're on this show. So say you did something or said something on this show that got the CMS banned.
Yeah.
Well, they would also ban Chris Aiken Presents because you're also on that show.
Oh, I see. Well, that makes perfect sense.
So basically, they'll hunt you down for your other content, even though it may not even be related.
Well, the other fun thing that they're doing, I don't know if you saw this, but they're also going to go into your descriptions, and if you have links to sites that they don't deem safe, they're going to ban you there too.
Okay.
So we have about, I think, 6,200 videos up.
All right.
And a lot of them have our links to our BitChute and our Gab and our, Odyssey and Rumble and
all the free channels, the channels that don't ban you for speed.
Yeah. So don't you think, do you think that those might come into?
I'm thinking that those will come down after the Nazi reviews go through and start looking at them.
Yeah. Do you think this is, and this is my thought, do you think this is a straight up response to Crowder signing with Rumble?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I think too, is this is just.
Absolutely.
Because Crowder does 45 minutes and then he's like, piss off YouTube, and he disconnects from YouTube. So, I'm sure it's a direct response. So, yeah, it's coming, guys. It is definitely coming. So,
it's not coming. It's been coming.
Yeah, and it's here, or it's close to here. So, if you like the show, again, we'll say get over to Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, CMS, or theclassicmetalshow.com.
Right.
Any of those places.
Yeah, go to the other platforms. Do not give YouTube your business.
Yeah, use the app.
Right.
So yeah, YouTube, a mess as always.
Right, of course. It's like we there's certain things out there we here at YouTube don't want you to see or hear, and we're going to control your thoughts and your viewpoints, and we're not going to let you see stuff we don't like.
That is correct, pal.
So I'm glad we live in a country where people go, well, if YouTube said it's not any good, I guess I'll just go with it.
I like listening to you guys, but it's too hard to go to a different place to hear you. Yeah, it's too hard.
I can't, force myself to make any kind of a change.
No, I can't do that. Even though I have to go to this website to hear it, I can't type in different letters to hear you.
But it's what I've always done.
Yeah, it's where I know you are, guys. It's where I know you are.
That's why when I get in my car, I still listen to the same rock station I've listened to since I was in high school.
That's right. I love Us and Them by Pink Floyd, and
because they play Freebird at noon every day.
And you really got me as a staple in my list.
Right. And at 4:30 on the dot, and I can set my watch by it, you can hear Running with the Devil.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous that, and it is what it is. I mean, I kind of decided when I started putting the shit back on YouTube that I'll just do it until they cancel us. And
right. Well, you did it only to promote the other stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
It wasn't. There's people like our good friend Jericho Green and and Mark Dice and a lot of other people who put their stuff on YouTube because they make money from it.
Mm-hmm.
And with us, it's that's a moot point because we've never made money on YouTube.
I mean, the bottom line is if we have to have a smaller audience and not be on YouTube, then so be it.
Yeah, well, again,
that's just the way it goes.
We've never made money with YouTube. We've never been a YouTube money maker. So
that's right.
That's never even been an issue. But for the quote unquote the content creators that their livelihood depends on YouTube, it's I hate to see it, but I even see people like a Mark Dice who. He's very careful about how he says things in his videos and things.
Sure.
Now I see he's on Locals.
Right.
he joined locals like a week or two ago, and he's slowly but surely putting his things up on Rumble, and
Right.
and trying to, knowing that his days on YouTube are probably numbered as well.
Sure. Well, dude, it's funny too when you watch the guys that make their money on it. Like I watch The Quartering. I don't know if you've ever watched The Quartering, but it's Jeremy's an okay guy. I've actually emailed back and forth with him. He's an okay guy, but he has a big channel. He has million and a half subscribers, and he does kind of the same thing as Styx does, but he's not as abrasive. He's just he does like what Styx does, but he also does a whole lot about, like Batman movies and shit like that too. And, but now he has code words for everything. And it's the most ridiculous shit to hear. He'll be like I was watching him this week and he was talking about this exact topic about YouTube. And he goes, if you have any links to prawn, P-R-O-N, prawn.
Right.
And if you're talking about the coof or the jab or the sting, or he's got all these code words for every stupid thing, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're making your own content shitty for this one fucking platform.
Exactly.
It's like, stop it.
Yeah. Well, it's ridiculous, but there are alternative platforms, kids. So use them, discover them, seek them out, and use them to stop bowing down to the YouTube gods.
Yeah. Well, we're making money on Rumble. We've been on Rumble 3 years, I think.
Okay.
And our balance is like $41.
Right, $41. Yay!
It's retirement time.
Yeah. Wow.
Too funny.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing as far as like people using the social media platform. What I can't believe is since YouTube is cracking down on quote unquote hate speech. Mm-hmm. And you know what a fan I am about listening to the old archive O&A shows that are available. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that though all those videos are still up there because they constantly use faggot and nigger and all kinds of words like that during those archive shows, and they're all still up there.
Mm-hmm. Well, they'll probably all get zapped in one big push.
I would imagine like this week, my entertainment, my driving to and from work has been the Antolini saga.
Okay.
And somebody had compiled like a 10 or 11 hour segment there of the beginning of the Antolini. And then they like a 5 or 6 hour segment of the breakup.
Right.
So through the week, I listened to the Antolini, Anthony and Jill Nicolini thing. Just funny, dude. I laughed so much this week just listening to those old things, and now I'm into the breakup now,
right?
which is just horrendous. But with YouTube being such sticklers on giving you strikes for old content, I'm surprised that a lot of that content is still up there.
It'll get pulled at some point. It's going to. It's not going to last. I mean, there's way too much use of the hurt words, the hurtful words. Sure. So it's bound to get pulled at some point. But same with us. All of our shit will eventually get taken down.
Right.
We'll see.
All right.